Hey physics, I wanted to make a quick video. It's probably not going to be quick. I'll do my best. Because I wanted to show you guys some tips and tricks for how to make a good slideshow. So here's the template. I would kind of base everything you do off of this template. This is a really good example of how to make this good. So you've got your title slide. If you want to have a background that looks cool like this, what you need to do, I think what Mrs. Billy did here is she actually just put 3 pictures on there. But an easy way to get one picture for your background is to click on background here, say choose image, Google image search, and then you can search for anything really. And that picture will show up like as just the one, it'll be like one picture for your whole background there for that slide. Okay, so that's a really good way to get a picture in there. So then the next thing I would do is to start a new, I mean, obviously you would have started this if you've got your title slide there. You can call it Who's the Fastest, you can call it whatever you want to. Put your name here, your name. And then what I would do is kind of flip back and forth between the slideshow here and your own slideshow and just put the titles in. So like you could be like the 3 animals. Be like, you know, this animal, that animal, that animal. So that's going to be 3 slides right there. Let me just pop. So if you want to make a cool slide like this, sorry, let me move my screen down a little bit. There. You're going to search for GIFs. So GIFs is spelled GIF, so I would do, like you could even, I think when you do an image search like this, it doesn't necessarily give you GIFs. So you're going to just go to like Google and be like, axolotl GIFs. And then say images. And you can see all of these say GIF on them. So when you click on it, you can see these things, what they look like when they're moving. Okay, so that's what you can do for that if you want to. Let's come back here. So then this is the important part. This is like the meat and potatoes of this project. You're going to show your work for the dimensional analysis part of it. Okay, so you can either show that, like take a picture of the paper that you use to do those equations, or you could show your work on, you know, the slideshow itself, or you could take a picture of a Jamboard screen. Whatever format you feel most comfortable in is totally fine. And then you're going to make a table of the speed in miles per hour so that those speeds converted to what's going to be equivalent for all of them. So then you're going to make your graph. And same thing here. If you want to take a picture of graphing paper that you drew this on, that's totally fine. If you'd rather create a graph in Slides or Jamboard, or drawings even, that's also totally fine. I had a really good question from a student because they had 3 animals that were very close in speed. They were all in the 30s. So what I would recommend for you, for all of you guys, no matter what your animals are and what their speeds are, do it just like this. Like you can follow this template so closely. In fact, when in general, when a teacher gives you a template, you should use it and follow it like super closely, because then you know that you're going to do exactly what the teacher is looking for, right? So time and minutes down here, they're all going to be 60 minutes, right? And then the distance, so this is basically like miles per, well, it'd be miles per hour, right? But miles per minute, because we're doing 60 minutes for all of them, right? So this is how far it travels. Okay, so the question that I had from somebody that was a really good one is, what if your animals all have speeds that are really close to each other? So then what you can do for this side is you can actually draw a squiggly line right there, and that says I'm going to go from a 0 there up to even like 25 or 30. So I maybe will start my scale at 25 and be like 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, something like that. Whatever's going to fit your graph well is what you're going to want to put on this side. And that squiggly line just says I'm going to skip some numbers. So another place we've seen that is in the puppy heartbeats one. So let me just pause for a second, pull that one up so you can see what that squiggly line looks like. Just a second. Okay, so here's an example of this squiggly line. So with this puppy heartbeats graph that we did a few weeks ago, the puppy heartbeats were all between like 95 and 115. So instead of doing like 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then having them all your numbers like squished up here. What you could do instead is to draw the squiggly line, and that just means like, I'm going to skip some numbers and show you the important, you know, we're going to spread out the numbers the way that it makes sense to here. So we're just going to show like this chunk of numbers right there. I hope that makes sense. Squiggly line just means you're just going to skip some numbers there. So let's come back here now. All right. So then you have a written explanation on the side here. Which one is the steepest, which one is the shallowest, and which one is in between. And that leads directly into your claim, evidence, reasoning. So remember, your claim is just saying, you're just like saying with words, what is this graph saying? So for example, for this one, the green iguana is the fastest animal. The axolotl is the slowest animal. Your evidence is going to pull out specific data points from your graph. So for this one, you're going to be like, the green iguana can travel at 22 miles per hour, whereas the axolotl can only travel, looks like 10 miles per hour. Okay? And then the green mamba, or the black mamba, travels, 14 miles per hour. And you're going to want to use your good English skills there, just combine, use good transition words. If you want to, you can copy this format exactly and just put your own numbers in there. And then your reasoning is going to be like, why is the green iguana the fastest of those animals? What is it about its body shape, its aerodynamics possibly, its lifestyle, habitat, whatever, that would make it able to move faster than the other ones. And again, reasoning is not something we're going to be like, I disagree with your reasoning, but you want to have that, like, that's your framework, because when we're doing science in general, we're connecting it to like bigger things that we know about. We're connecting it to like, just bigger ideas that we're making sense of the data that we're seeing is basically what's going on here. Okay. So, something that Mrs. Billy did not do here that I would recommend that you do is, I want you to hyperlink your source. So for example, if I found whatever site I got this information from about the axolotl, what I would do here is this. I'm going to highlight the title, or I might highlight, you can even highlight, like if you have a couple different sources, you can be like, I got this one from this source and this one from this source. So highlight it. And then this is the hyperlink button. So I'm going to be like, I got this site or this information from axolotl.com, which is like not a real site. Oh, there really is an axolotl.com. That's cool. Axolotl.org maybe. Anyways, but you want to cite like the actual place you got it from. So if it's like a long URL, for example, say I wanted to, hold on, let me find a good, okay, so I'm going to give you an example of what I do not want you to do here. So you may have searched for axolotl and you found lots of information here, and maybe you got most of your information from this little blurb about it. I do not want you to go like this and say, copy, I got it from Google, right? Because that is not helpful. What you do want to do is you want to click on the site, like if you got all your information about the axolotl from this little blurb, which I hope you didn't, but if you did, you're going to click on this link that gave you the blurb, and you're going to hyperlink this one, okay? So there's your URL. Control C, come back here, and then the text is still going to be the word that you highlighted, but you can put that link in there, okay? That is how you hyperlink. All right. That, I feel like, is a lot of good information for you. Oh man. So the other thing that I wanted to make sure that you know about and can do is to pick different fonts, right? Like you can make this look really cool. Mrs. Billy did a lot with like background pictures. Oh, the other cool thing I should tell you about is all of these are just images that she searched transparent on. So check this out. Insert image, search the web. Hold on, I'll move myself over. So I want to be like axolotl transparent. And what that does is it gives you pictures of axolotls with no background. Hopefully this will work the way I hope it will. Yes. Okay, so do you see how it's just the axolotl, but there's nothing behind it, so you can see through it like that? So that's how you can get cool effects like that. And I super recommend using transparent pictures because they just look so much cooler on your page. But yeah, fonts. There's so many different fonts you can use. Archival Black, for example. Like there's like a bazillion on here. You could use text colors. Another great way to, like if you don't want to do background pictures or anything like that, although background pictures do look super cool. But if you don't want to do that, is you could do a Google search. Coming back here, you could say Google Slides templates. And this is actually a really easy way to waste a lot of time, but you can also find some really cool things here. My favorite site to get Google Slides templates is from Slideshow. That's just like the first one that came up on mine, but there's a bunch of different ones. I would not recommend spending a ton of time looking for a template, but this is an easy way to, like, it picks out your backgrounds for you, it picks out your fonts for you already. So yeah, and the other cool thing about it is when you actually get in there, you can see the slides have some structure to them already. So you could be like, put your picture of the axolotl right here and then your information about it right there. Like it just kind of is a good way to get yourself started, I guess, if you want to do that. But yeah, anyway, that's my video. So I hope that that's helpful to you. And I look forward to checking out these presentations. You guys are going to do a great job on it. Sign up for office hours if you need help on those graphs or on the conversions, okay? Also, 4th and 6th hour, I have some people that I have asked to be helpful to you guys, and the substitute teacher is going to let you know who those people are that can help you out on that, okay? All right, I will see you later. Bye.